What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. If it does not say live in the bottom right hand corner of your screen, unfortunately you are watching the recap. Go ahead, click back on the main channel, refresh the page, and get yourself on the live stream. And now we got a couple things to talk about here in this video, but it's gonna be straight to the point, straight to the point, because there's something else that I actually want to make a video about that I think is very, very important, that I think you guys will be excited about. So we're live. Yes, had a little problems getting live, but we are live. Chris, Win Lambo, Alex, my baby, Dan the man, what's going on, brother? Creamy goodness, boy, you better buy up that stock. I'm feeling silly. Okay, I like it. I like the energy. You guys are coming with it today. What are futures looking like? Oh, man. Yeah, futures looking a little red out there. 0.5% down in the S&P. Nasdaq's down 0.67%. Dow is down about 0.5% as well. It's time to buy, baby. Man, pull out them pocketbooks. I don't know if you guys still write checks or not, but you need to write your brokerage account a big fat ass check and go buy yourself some stocks, baby, because it is that time. What's going on? Cheese Chaser, Ugans. Yes, familiar faces. Jennifer Hendricks, yo. Hang tight, you're clapped. Help, Dad. Okay. What can I do? What can I do for you, brother? AMC shot up on Webull after market. Is this a glitch on Webull only? Well, let's go ahead and look at Webull. Some people in the trading group did send this screenshot, and what this really is oh, this is weird. This is kind of weird because it's two candles. But if you see a weird candle like this, usually it's not two candles, so I'm a little bit confused on why there's two candles here, meaning it was like a 2-minute long event. So it looks real. I don't know why that is. But when you see like one weird big candle up or down, it's actually when the spread got really wide for a second, right? Like market makers, yeah, they facilitate your trades, but when there's not a market maker that's like applying the buy or sell pressure, whichever way, direction, you can get these weird 1-minute candles that can go up or down quite a lot. But that's weird. That's two candles. That's 2 minutes. Very strange. Honestly, I don't have a clear reason for that. But yeah, that's very weird. Let's see. Apple does it a lot. So let's pull up Apple and see if GameStop didn't get the same candle. GameStop kind of got the same candle. What was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes in after hours. Oh no, this is Apple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes, and yeah, that's strange. I don't think anything happened. Maybe the market makers just shut off their computers too fast and then turn it back on real quick. Strange. Definitely very strange. Matty Matt. Yo, what's going on, brother? It's a Blips, only 400 shares. It looks like the volume, the first one was 465 shares. The next one was 1,900. Maybe they were just scamming. Maybe they were just trying to fill some super high orders and scam people. It has done this random candle 3 days in a row, and it correlates with a similar SPY candle after hours. Man, I don't know what is going on with this executive order, but we are going to see an explosive move here shortly. I'm 100% convinced of that. I don't know if it's man, today was only Monday, so granted a lot can change by the rest of the week or whatnot, but I do think really the next month or two, really from like now until fall, is when you're going to see an explosive move in the stock. I've talked about fall for quite a while, the end of summer, fall. But I think this executive order is a pretty big deal. And look at this, guys. I'm actually going to make a video about this. We're going to briefly talk about it here on the live stream. But a video will be coming out tomorrow morning about this in particular. And this just came out today. It says SEC closes in on rules that could reshape how stock market operates. Chairman Gary Gensler is expected to outline ideas for improving market efficiency Wednesday. And essentially what this is, and I should point out that it says will change the stock market's plumbing as soon as this fall. And essentially what it is, instead of payment for order flow, they want to start competing for our order flows, kind of like what they do in like the UK, right? So like Robinhood, Webull, different brokerages would essentially bid for your order flow and would kind of ensure market efficiency. So that's pretty interesting, and I think it could have some really big, implications for stocks when they go really high. Like the problem with we've talked about this before, but disabling the buy buttons is because there's just a lot of risk to the brokerages. But if they're not paying for your orders and then selling those, if it's not that same kind of call it transaction process, then it could be much more efficient if your trades are just brought to the open markets and then you auction them off. Could be better than not, right? So I think that could be pretty cool. What's up, man? I joined your Discord and still can't see your trades. What's your name on the Discord? I mean, I did not trade anything today. I think the big opportunity here right now in the markets is really to acquire more shares than anything. We have made some really good trades though over the past call it 2 weeks. We haven't traded too much, but the trades that we have done have been really good. We had a QQQ call that just went insane. So I don't know how recently you joined, but I do plan to do more trading this week. It's supposed to be a slower week, in my personal opinion, probably a little bit more skewed to the downside, and I do think you're going to have a lot of fear heading into Friday, which is the CPI report. So I think there's a pretty good directionally bearish trade for this week that I want to try to capitalize on. And then oil looks pretty good, and but overall right now it's very difficult because the premiums are so high and the markets can be up and down, back and forth. It's a week ago. Okay, so you can see the chat and all that. It should be in a separate tab. Oh, he said it. Said going long on 49ers and Dolphins this year. I shorted the Lions in Seattle. Oh my gosh, the Lions, short the Lions, dude. Yeah, I think if you just short the Lions every year, like, you'll do decent. Really rooting for your AMC price target this week, dude. Yeah, I'm really hoping for that as well. It's kind of unfortunate in a way that the big catalyst for the broad markets are on Friday, like with the CPI report, and then you do have the Michigan Consumer Sentiment Survey. That's going to be pretty important, and I think the price of oil is probably not going to be a bullish thing in the Michigan Consumer Sentiment. People are probably, going to be pretty pissed off, but tomorrow you do have the trade report that comes out, the balance of trade APR, and that's something that really affected the GDP print for last quarter. So I think that's going to be pretty important, and I do think we get the next GDP report here pretty shortly. So yeah, I think there's kind of a lot. There's a lot to be bearish about right now. Like there's just, man, it's so hard to make a bullish case for the markets. It's so hard. Like for the long term, yes, very bullish, but for the next like 1 to 2 years, it's like, man, not so much. But even some weeks, like this week's probably not going to be a good one. QQQ saved my month. Yeah, that was a killer trade. That was like right at the bottom too. What's QQQ even at right now? I know today we're slightly green. Yeah. Yeah, those things went almost in the money too. 315. We had the QQQ 315 calls, and I believe we bought them down here in the 280s. So you've seen a substantial move to the upside, but right now it's like certain events, like with this upcoming Friday, the downside move looks like a pretty clear and easy trade, at least playing, multiple contracts, making some free by the actual reports that come out on Friday. That looks like it could be a pretty good strategy for this week. But just by and large, like, it's so back and forth right now, and the fall has been really slow. Like, we have fallen a lot. Like, what are we still down on the QQQ? I'll just Google it. I believe we're still down like 25%, 23.52% in 6 months. So it's like you've fallen a lot, but it's been very slow at the same time. I killed it on the SPY today, loaded up on more AMC. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Everyone's still believing this motherfucker's going to 4 digits. I'm holding 1,000. I refuse to sell for XX or XXX. Let's fucking go or what, baby? I love the energy, Kyle Jones. I love it. You can bring it in here every day, every single day. Yeah, no, I think people just let emotions get the best of them. Like, even, people that make AMC videos, like, they really do let the emotions get the best of them. Whereas, at least here on this channel, we try to focus on the actual data, what we know, right? Like, I really don't care where the price of AMC is at. Like, that means nothing to me. If the short interest is increasing and the overall market conditions are becoming more constrictive and really not working in the hedge fund's benefit, then that is a positive. And that leads to one thing. That leads to short squeezes. And that's a fact. Like, with the borrowing rates as high as they are, you're talking 20% the cost to borrow max. Dude, you can only stay in that position for so long, right? And where this market is, you've seen some reports. Who was it? The one report we had talked about, I believe in a video a couple days ago, maybe a week ago, where they were essentially saying retail has sold all the stocks they bought in the past 2 years. That's absolutely false. Retail inflows are at the highest levels they have been at in over 2 years. People continue to buy, even though the markets have been going down, which is exactly what we want, right? We want to see average people doing well, but there's still a lot of appetite to play these swing trades, these momentum trades, when they actually do come about. And it's only a matter of time. Like, we get that. Like, if you ever doubt that people are not still trading and watching AMC, just look at the option chains. Like, look at the option chains. It says it right there. You got 350,000 calls that are out of the money for July 15th. For June 17th, you got 215,000 that are out the money. That's a lot. That's a lot. Those are numbers you don't usually see on normal stocks. Not even close. So, lots to be bullish about, in my personal opinion. But, a lot of people talk with emotions. It's like negative emotions too, more than anything. Like, you get on like a 1 week bad streak and it's like the end of the world. And to pop off. It's just a matter of time. The short interest is insane on the stock. I mean, it is, yeah. It just continues to climb. Like, it doesn't even matter. They just short it. And I think a lot of it's algorithms too. Like, I don't think a lot of people look at AMC and they're like, yeah, this stock's at $12. Like, there's a great risk to reward profile here. It makes a lot of sense to short this stock. I don't think that makes any sense, because normally, like, why shorting is actually a thing. Like, can we talk about that? Like, what is the purpose of shorting, being able to short securities is to regulate the markets, right? If you didn't have the ability to short stocks, then what would happen? These, like, any stock could just run forever. Like, there would be no way of balance in the markets. Well, you're supposed to short stocks when they're overvalued, and like, it's not even a smart idea, depending on the market conditions, to short a stock just because it's overvalued. I mean, look at Tesla. You would have gotten blown out if you did that, and that thing's been overvalued for years. But when a stock's trading at its fundamental valuation, like a 12 months price to sales ratio, then this just doesn't even make any sense at that point. What's up, Stefan? How you guys doing? Can I ask you guys a real question, though? When's the last time you smelled gasoline at the pump? Y'all smell gasoline at the pump anymore? I think I seen that on Facebook, and then I started thinking about it. I'm like, man, I have not smelled gas in a long time. It's not just because I'm sick. I had some old gas in the gas can from last year, which is the craziest thing, and I mowed the lawn like 3 days ago, 2-3 days ago, and all I could smell was gas. And then I go fill up later in the day at the pump, and I don't smell nothing. Maybe it's all the ethanol they put in there now. Like the 10% ethanol. I don't know, but that shit burns fast. Seriously though, gas is $5.19 right now in Michigan, and that's a big problem. That's a big problem for the economy. So, man, recession is coming. You guys got your pocketbooks ready. Buy yourself some stocks. I just tried to avoid driving to save money. That's actually a very good strategy right now. Like, very good strategy. I don't smell gas at the pump. I smell it at 2 a.m. by my local Dem voters' car. I feel you there. Hello, Tyler. I watch all the videos today. I watch them trash train all the people out there. Hey, get pissed off when somebody only says, wow, 270 wants to go past 73, then everybody has their money. Yeah, like, really the main point of, the video that I made earlier was saying, like, hey, $100,000 a share, like it's never been a guarantee, and it's never been probable, right? Like there's a probability aspect, and if some people want to come out and clickbait and say, the math only supports $100,000 a share or $1 million a share, like, that's fine. They can come out and make that claim, but they are lying to people. And, I think in the grand scope of things, $100,000 per share, it's not impossible, but it's not probable. And I think that's basically what Trey was trying to say, but take it a little bit further and saying it was literally impossible. I don't think anything's impossible. Definitely a little bit improbable, I would say. 5-10,000, that's certainly more on the probability spectrum, a lot more probable, right? To go to 5,000, right? From 5,000 to 100,000, that's a 20x gainer from there. So, just to show you and put it into context, the probability range. But, I do think when it gets going, that there's probably not going to be a whole lot that people can really do to stop it. Like, once people start to get blown up, then that's basically it. Like, you get blown up, and it could happen quick. Even if a hedge fund only has 1% of their portfolio in a short position, that stock goes up 10x. Well, they just lost 10%, roughly, right? And then if it goes up 20x, they lost even more. So pretty quick. Well, we'll see. The SPY looks nasty. So nasty. Let's get to $100 first, then talk 100K. That's fair. That is very fair. $7 in Cali, 7 in Chicago. Dang, that's not that far from me. $7. I'll pay $5.39 today in Philadelphia. Yeah, it's hard out here for a pimp, man. There's no way it would be purchased. No way it would stay high enough for a finger to tap the button. Yeah, wouldn't that be a trip? I haven't slept in a year waiting for the squeeze. 7,000 cups of coffee at the moment. Man, you might want to drink some water because your kidneys probably hate you. Okay, I'll just say that. But we love you, okay? Can we be truthful? It's going to run to 24. Hold on, let's game. We look a little past after hours and short. At most, it's over at this point. All speculative. I don't. I genuinely don't understand the argument of the MOAS is over or it's any less likely to happen now rather than months ago, right? Like I don't understand the whole argument of just because the price is lower, but everything else is much better, right? Like the overall market conditions are much better for a short squeeze, more comparable to '08, right? When you've seen a lot of organic, not retail driven short squeezes. Market conditions there. Short interest, it's there. The FOMO in the markets, it's there. Look at the option chains. Look at Redbox. Look at some other stocks here and there that are rallying. You just need a reason, and there hasn't been a huge reason, and that's been a pretty big problem. But I don't really understand the argument, to be 100% honest with you, opinionated asshole. I love that because your name is great, but I don't understand that argument at all. I get why people are upset about it and feel that way, and if people do, then probably should sell. Not financial advice. I don't think it matters who buys, holds, or sells. When it comes down to it, if opinionated sold out today and then the stock goes up dramatically, odds are your human psychology is going to push you back into the stock at a much higher price. That's kind of the way that I look at it with people in a whole. But everything is much better now than it has been over the past year. But I mean, I don't want it to be over. I don't believe they would make 4 million retail millionaires manipulation, but I agree with you. Yeah, that's with all the noise and the fluff out the way, when you actually look at margin calls, right? And I think this is something to understand. People love margin calls. People love the word margin calls, and a lot of people, you guys probably understand how a margin call works, how the process works. If you guys have been margin called before, then you'll understand a little bit better. So I'm sure all of you guys do it, especially if you watch my videos at least. But not everybody realizes margin calls and what that actually means and what it does. A margin call does not have anything to do with AMC stock going up. That's why you've seen very few margin calls back in June, because there was so much money out there. AMC sure was one stock that was going up, but everything else was also up at the same time. So yeah, if you had a short position on AMC, you were losing on that, but you already had massive gains from 2020 in your other stocks. Like, you were not getting margin called like that. Well, now you're going to see margin calls happen faster than you have ever seen them in your life. You thought '08 was bad. It's much worse this time around. Let me just say that. You look at the margin rates. The margin rates are scary. The FINRA margin debt. I might have it pulled up right here. Yeah, I got it pulled up. The margin debt is scary, given the differences here. Even you can look at the M2 money supply. You could look at multiple other different factors. Even the personal savings rate is down massively. Like, there's a lot of different things you look at, and all of it just paints a really negative picture. Like from March of 2022, $799 billion of margin debt. April of 2022, $772 billion of margin debt. Whole time the market's just plummeting. Like, whole time, March, April, stocks are going down. It's not looking too great. May's going to be interesting. I'm really curious to see where May is. If May is like 760 or 750, yeah, that's going to be even more scary, because that's telling you that the markets are going down, but the margin debt is not going down nearly as fast. Right? So, in that case, if you're losing on all your other stocks, which is the complete opposite from what we've seen in June, but if you're losing on all your stocks, you were winning on a short position. Well, now that starts to go against you. You're just getting killed at that point on both sides, and those margin calls start to come a lot quicker, a lot quicker. And then you don't have the option to like go out and call a bank and get essentially free money adjusting for inflation. You just don't. That's not the way it is anymore. If the hedges know our price, they know how to play us. Give them nothing. Let's go. Yes, let's go, baby. Let's go. And then I think at the same time, like, you don't have to have all your ducks in one basket. Like, I'm a firm believer in just buying and holding in quality companies that you find quality for the long term. Like, I do that 100% with transparency. I talk about it all the time. I invest in Square, I invest in PayPal, I invest in Fubo, I invest in Snapchat, Abivat. You got to get your Botox in, all your little girlfriends in the future, they're going to want to look pretty, and they're going to get the Botox, and your grandma and your mom and your cousins, your aunts, they're all going to get Botox. So you buy a little bit of that, buy a little bit of Netflix if you want to, or other stuff as well. Like, this is just an overall great time to be an investor in equity markets, which don't quote me on that. Not going to say you're going to see returns right away, but I think you'd be very happy with your decision in 5 or 10 years. And AMC in the meantime, that's going to be sweet. That's going to be... Tell me how those stocks made you money. Well, I did make a lot of money on them initially. Yes. No, I've sold some, made money. I bought like 2020 was a really good year. Definitely, I bought into a lot of the hype stocks quick. Like, I bought CCIV at 17 and went pretty big on that. Sold out at 53. That's literally my most disliked video as well. Like, when I first started making videos was CCIV. And yeah, made like 200-300% on the shares, and then just sold out 2 days later. I'm like, yo, this thing's gonna crash. And man, people are mean too. Y'all are little assholes on YouTube. And then 2 days later, it's like you're just a god or something. Like, dude, I called that out. But no, Microvision, lots of other stocks did well. Snapchat did very well for me, obviously, until recently. What else? There was a lot of good winners. DraftKings was a big winner. Affirm, once upon a time, was a big winner. what else? I know there was more that were like big winners, but that's the thing. You wanna buy and hold these companies, right? That are companies that you like for the long term. Or Mullen. Yeah, Mullen was a good one. I'm still up on Mullen, motherfucker. Huh? How about Mullen? Can we talk about that? Mullen. That was actually did Super Show pull that up? Yeah, I think Super Show was the one that called that one out. And I looked into it, and Mullen did very nice, and I think I'm still up like 100% on Mullen. And I've gotten all my money back on it. Yeah, I'm in this at 70 cents. So that's good. Any thoughts on GGPI? That's Polestar. Huh? Yeah, I do like Polestar. I do have like 300 shares. I have like $3,000 in it. And it does say June 22nd is the vote date for GGPI. Now, let me be 100% honest and transparent with you. The reason I have Polestar is to have a little bit of diversification, because I do have Lucid as well. And Tesla, I want Tesla, but they're at the point where, like, if one thing goes wrong, that valuation could get destroyed. But Polestar is substantially cheaper than something like a Lucid as well. So, like, Polestar's total valuation was around 20 billion. At the same time, Lucid was at about 40 billion. And Polestar delivered 29,000 vehicles in 2021, and then they expect to deliver 290,000 vehicles by 2025, similar to Lucid, but just half the valuation. It says Polestar lowered its 2022 sales guidance from 65,000 vehicles to 50,000 vehicles. During an investor presentation, the company stated that the reduction for 2022 is 100% attributable to the lockdowns in China. And I like Polestar because they're in America, they're in Europe, they're in a lot of different places already, and they do got pretty attractive vehicles, like for the price of what you're getting. Like, it's not like 250,000 like Lucid or something like that, but I do like them. And $20 billion market cap, you know, there's a little bit more cushion, I guess you could say, potentially in the valuation, but compared to other EV stocks. And I think once the next EV cycle does you know, come about, which will be inevitable, right? One day people will start to buy up EV stocks like nobody's business. Then I think Polestar is going to be a big winner of that. But right after the stock does merge, depending on how it ends up going through at the vote and all that, you know, is it possible the stock falls? Sure, but I would imagine the stock does probably double, and kind of hold that range around $20. That's what I would imagine. But it all depends on the ratio and you know, how much of the company ends up getting bought, because that's what happens with SPACs. It's simply just a blank check company that goes out and buys a portion of another company to take it public. So it's like, what's the portion of the company going to be? I don't know the exact numbers. They might be out, but I just like it for the valuation, and I like the certain things about it, and that's why I'm invested in it. You really don't have to know too much, and I've seen a Polestar in person too, so that's another big reason as well. So would you put 1K in GGPI of Mullen? Mullen's more like a big. Hold on, let me see actually now, because when I had bought into Mullen, I think they did something with the shares and converted them or something like that. I'm not even sure, but the market cap was a lot smaller when I had bought into Mullen, but adjusted, you know, it was probably like $220 million market cap. At the time, it said like $35 million market cap. So I was like, yeah, that just like an EV company trading at that makes no sense. But you're at almost $500 million right now for the market cap. It's one of those like if Mullen did become successful and did even deliver one vehicle, then that's probably going to be a good investment. Like that's the issue. Like right now, especially with financing rates going up, we're heading into a total new regime. Like things are not going to be so smooth and peachy for companies that are burning through money. Like to finance debt is becoming very expensive very quickly, and like you're gonna see a lot of dilution, or unfavorable borrowing rates. So I would personally go with GGPI. Mullen's one of those where it's like high risk, high reward. Like the odds of Mullen becoming like GGPI even to like 29,000 vehicles a year, probably low. But could it? Dude, my baby mama is so fucking crazy, dude. Oh my god. This girl just moved like 3 hours away. Didn't say nothing. But yeah, Mullen's one of those high risk, high reward kind of trades. And GGPI is like still high risk, high reward, but little bit less risky, I think, in my personal opinion. Democracy will fall, a republic will rise. That's catchy, bro. That's very catchy. I will say that. Evergreen shilling. Trey has forsaken us. He's a hedge fund hacker lord here to destroy the apes. We must destroy Trey and take away his. Evergreens, guys, just so you guys know, like Evergreens, this is what he does to say he loves you, okay? Says, bro, if you hear him, saying like broke boy or somebody's a broke boy or something, like that's him just saying he loves you, and to learn his ways. That's it. Evergreens, I firmly believe Evergreens means love. And he's trying to show the love and spread the love, but that's his way of doing it. I don't know. That's a conclusion I've came to. Tyler's the new Trey. Trey is the new Al. The end. Oh no. Ford Lightning. Ford. Tyler's awesome. Well, we love you, Evergreens. We do. The only thing with gas vehicles, and I actually stole this straight from Kathy Wood. Gas vehicle companies, which does make a lot of sense. And the reason that I'm a little like skeptical with them, especially around EVs, is because they're kind of just trading customers, right? Like if they sell gas vehicles, now they're gonna sell EVs. They're kind of just switching out customers instead of these other companies that are, gaining new customers. And then there's a lot of issues with margins at those legacy businesses as well. But yeah, I'm kind of excited though to see what different companies have in store for EVs. It's gonna be pretty exciting. Everything Apple just announced: new MacBook Air, MacBook Pro, M2 chip, iPhone software, and more. Man, I feel like Apple's just never gonna stop. We need something like brand new. We need like brain processors, Apple. We need like man, something where you can like read our mind and we can like ask questions, like a Neuralink, like Elon, bro, but just less invasive, less invasive. Like Neuralink sounds cool, being able to like know everything quickly, be like a super genius, like know everything your phone knows instantaneously. But man, you gotta drill into your skull and put wires across your brain. That's too invasive, man. I think Apple could do it without that. I think Apple already, shit, Google already knows our thoughts. Talk about like AI and brain chips, and that's the ads you guys are gonna see. Pretty incredible. Pretty incredible. Huh? Nah, AMC Moon. I don't know who you are, but nah, we've been broken up for like a year. But we love you, AMC Moon. That was like very random because of everything, but thank you. Thank you. Are you in on SoFi or DraftKings? Thanks, Ling Ling. Yes, man, I got both. I got both. I got a lot of SoFi, not as much DraftKings because I'm just like I'm down so much on DraftKings now. Yeah, I think my average is like 20 something. Like it was higher than that. I went pretty heavy in like the 30s and then averaged down to now like the 20s, but um yeah, pretty bad. SoFi down a lot on SoFi too. It's down a lot on SoFi. I have like 600 shares of SoFi for like $12 average, I think. Starting to feel better though, guys. My throat. It's like I got a bruise on it or something. Tyler's a player. Pimpin' at easy. No. 3 days after you broke up. That's crazy. No, we broke up last August, my guy. It's alright though. Did you have COVID? Nah. I don't think so. Man, maybe that's why I can't smell the gas at the gas pump. Hit the like button. It costs nada. Yeah, it costs nada. Not a dang thing. Are we 100% sure AMC will squeeze? I'm 100% sure. I'm 100,000% sure, but you know, I'm not really the one to like try to convince people like anymore. Like, the way I look at it is people, if they get out, they're gonna people are gonna jump back in. You are sicko, bro. You are sick, yeah. Yeah, I have been feeling better today, but what happened to Bitcoin? What happened to Bitcoin? Did something happen to Bitcoin? I think I got a notification. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, what is that? Did that just happen? Oh, tonight? Yeah. Ouch. Just fell off the face of a cliff. From 21,000 to 29? 31,000 to 29? You need some tequila, Tyler. I think that's the best advice I've gotten in a long time. Some tequila. The manipulation, is this big, or is the stock market a front, or do you think the manipulation is this big? Is the stock market a front or small fish slash big pond? Yeah, the manipulation's just very bad. Yeah, like it's not just like Wall Street is just corrupt in any which way you put it. It's just very, very corrupt. Yeah, so I would say it's a small fish in a big pond. Yeah. Gun to your head, gotta buy AMC calls. What do you buy? I like it. Gun to your head, gotta buy AMC calls. What do you buy? Well, let's go ahead and look. I really like the July 15th. Premiums have come down a little bit. Depends though if you wanted to go. See, I would need to know like what's the limit on per contract, but I mean, you can get very cheap options like the $20 calls for July 15th for $60. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. That probably looks very attractive on a pure risk to reward basis, right? Because you're at $12 right now, $8, and these things are going to go in the money. But even if they don't, you have a month and a week, which it's not a lot of time, but it basically means like within the next 2 weeks, if you were to see like a $2-3 move in the stock, you're going to go up probably 50, 100, 200% on these contracts within the next week or two if the price of the stock did that. But generally speaking, I mean, $20 is not too far off, but that's kind of the way that I would play it, even for a swing. Like if you bought 10 contracts, $60, you're going to spend 600. If you get a 20% day, you're going to go up like 30 to 50% at least on these options, and then you can make them free or something. But that's yeah, not financial advice or anything, but those look pretty attractive. Because like that's where you start to get and you could go a little bit closer too, like maybe the 15 is also not a bad idea. A little bit closer to the money, but you're going to spend twice the amount per contract. That's probably what I would look at, the July 15th, or maybe even if you could go out further, honestly. Even the September, yeah, July, you get the whole month of August doing that. $25 calls for $130. If you were looking to spend more, then that might not be a bad way as well. But I would definitely go for the 25s or even the 20s for the same price as like the 30s. Like the $30 strike trades for $1.07, $107, but you can get the 25 for $129. Like that's a much better deal. $22 extra for a $5 difference. Yeah, I'll take that any day. But even the $20 call for September, $169. Not bad. Not bad at all. Even the 50. I mean, they all look good. They really do all look good. Especially further out like this. It'll cost to borrow. So nobody cares about that. We love the Ponzi scheme. That's like, well, what's the guy? Like the biggest stock market Ponzi scheme ever. It's on the tip of my tongue. Something, what the hell is his name? Oh, I can't think about it. Evergreen wants more hugs. Yes. Smother him with love. Potentially the greatest wealth transfer. Also, options market has 4 quadrillions dollars. So there's enough for the selling of contracts via squeeze. Yeah, Madoff. Oh man, yeah, Bernie Madoff. Yeah, you guys know what I was getting at. Yeah, like that guy. Oh my gosh. It's like I could not think of his damn name. Bernie. Yeah, just straight Ponzi scheme. Warren Buffett is the biggest Ponzi lord. Oh, Warren Buffett. Guy will just tell you to buy Coke. And then Elon will say he's going to put the cocaine back in it. Theranos or whatever was fun. Yeah, who doesn't like a little Ponzi scheme in the morning? You guys are crazy. Also work for Solomon Bros. It's hard out here for a pimp. Look at Gary Gensler's little beautiful face. Look at him. Oh, what are futures doing? Pretty much the same. Nasdaq down 0.60, S&P down 0.5%. Housing wealth gains a record 1.2 trillion, but there are signs the market is cooling. The collective amount of money mortgage holders can pull out of their homes while retaining 20% equity rose by an unprecedented 1.2 trillion in the first quarter of this year, according to the Black Knight, a mortgage software and analytics firm. In total, the nation's so-called tappable equity stood at 11 trillion, or 2 times the previous peak in 2006. That boils down to an average of about 207,000 in tappable equity per homeowner. So we're all rich, okay? Rich Mitch, Rick James, bitch. Daddy Gensler. Whoever makes the, a million's a million, man. If it's gotta be Gensler. Homeowners are in the money. In the money. I like that. Homeowners are in the money, and it just keeps coming. 2 years of rapidly rising home prices have pushed the nation's collective home equity to new highs. The amount of money mortgage holders could pull out of their homes while still keeping the 20% equity. We read that. Mortgage holders' so-called tappable equity was up 34%, or by 2.8 trillion in April compared with a year ago. Tappable equity stood at 11 trillion, or 2 times the previous peak in 2006. That's wild to me. Tappable equity stood at 11 trillion, or 2 times the previous peak in 2006. That's wild. The current rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage is over 5%. Give me a break. The first house I got was 4.25% interest rate. And you mean to tell me I got better credit now, and you're gonna give me like a 5% or 5.25% loan? Man, you're crazy. Shout out Joe Biden. We love you. Burned my house down. I got insurance money for it. Used insurance money in the stock market. Then bought 3 more homes. We're built different. Yeah. I mean, yeah. He said we're built different. Yes, apparently we are evergreens. Get a hold of me, brother. Could use some insurance payout right about now. Okay, I got a couple of them you can fucking burn down. Just playing, man. I'm gonna get demonetized on YouTube. They can't handle the heat. Is that? Oh, what the fuck? Cat just made a weird noise. Young Biden. Who believes in Shiba? I don't know. Only one renting a single apartment in the house. Keep hustling, homie. Love the hype train. Well, we love you. Everyone, keep hustling. The grind does never stops. And right now is your time to solidify your future. I'm telling you. In a couple years, man, you'll be in a really good place. Take advantage of this. Mo ass and I'll buy the house. Yeah. I like it. I like it. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. Hit the hay. So I'm hustling, man. Yep. Write them checks to your brokerage account. Save a little bit of extra money. Get ready to buy the real estate dip when it eventually comes dipping down. It's going to be good. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Yeah. How does that song go? I gotta listen to that song now. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Man, I gotta listen to that song now. Alright, but thank you guys. Appreciate you guys for being here. Everyone that donated, everyone with the badge on their name. Appreciate every single one of you guys. Or if you guys don't, if you just come in here, show a little positivity or show a little mixed love like Evergreens. See, we love him too. We love all you guys. And it's that time. It's that time to solidify your future.